Charles, I think we've just about done it, and may I say how grateful I am
look, Peter,
to you for
I'm
giving the time.
the time to me is nothing. But I brought. Oh, wait a minute, no, that's your map. Have I ever given you the execution order?
No. And I'll try and put it on the screen. I'll just close this. Now, you mentioned the execution order, and thank you for showing it there. This is a copy of the English translation of the execution order, and just to prove that there's no falsification here it is in Japanese. So if you want to query it, go and take that away and get it interpreted. But I was going to also ask Charles, he did mention briefly early something about the chaplain Duckworth, but I did want to know if he knew anything about an Australian by the name of Harry Thorpe, and I'll just pause while Charles gets ready to tell us about that.
When we were in Changi, getting ready to go up to Thailand, Roaring Reg Newton, the commanding officer, realised that he didn't have a chaplain, and there were no more chaplains left. So he heard, I don't know whether Harry Thorpe came to him, or Reg had heard about him, but he was not yet ordained. But he came and said to Reg Newton, "I'm not yet ordained," but he said, "I'm prepared to serve as your chaplain." So Reg grabbed him and took him up to Thailand with us, and he served with distinction as a chaplain in all the time we were in Thailand. After the war, he was awarded. He became a reverend, and I think he was the vicar, Church of England vicar, I think in Dubbo in New South Wales. But he was awarded the MBE, the Member of the British Empire. His nickname was Happy Harry. I can remember we were at Camp Tonchen, and a tree fell on one of our fellows and killed him. So there was no cemetery there, so we had to, Harry had to designate an area as a cemetery, and I remember can remember him well this day. It was a windy day, and he had his cassock. Is it a cassock? The garment?
Cassock or surplice?
Yeah,
the surplice is the white one.
Yeah, no, it was a black one. And he wandered around this area that was designated as a cemetery with a bowl of water, splashing the water around. I guess it was he'd blessed the water. It was holy water, and but I can always remember Harry as on that day the wind blowing his cassock, and that was the area that was designated as a cemetery. Yeah. After the war, and I had a picture of him here. I thought I had. He came to Melbourne to a prisoner of war reunion in 1984, and he told me, he said, "Look," he said, "that cassock," he said, "it had little pockets sailed all over it, money in some of them, and different things." But he said the Japs never ever, they respected him being a chaplain, and never ever examined his gear.
Did you know whether he went to Japan?
No, I don't know.
That's fine. It's just that in Dunlop's diaries he mentions that he was going on the Japan path.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I don't know.
But I haven't seen any confirmation.
No, I wouldn't think he would have, because when we left Tamwang, we were the good-looking boys, and he
yes.
wasn't. He stayed behind. But
anyway.
No, I don't know whether he went to Japan or not.
Right. So once again, Charles, thank you very, very much.